Okay, this is what we've got. Now let's talk about how we got here. But first, always remember to share this so it will save to your profile and you can find it when you're looking for it again later. We've sewn our half hexagons together. Now we're going to sew our rows together, assuming, it's a big assumption on my part, that they're going to line up the way that I think they are. Let's find out. Y'all cross your fingers. I'm just gonna place them pretty side to pretty side, just like this. And I'm gonna match up my seams as I go. Here, 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 so on. If you've missed it, there are two other videos. One was yesterday and one was the day before. We cut the hexagons out first and then we laid them out in a pattern that we liked. Let's see, dun dun dun. Okay, so far so good. Only every other one is supposed to match up. Now, we're going to do the next row. I'm just sewing this with a straight stitch, a 1/4 inch seam, back stitching when I start and when I stop, because my grandma said so. Okay. Whew, I'm a little bit scared, y'all. Oh, so far so good. This one, 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 this one. Whew, we're doing good so far. All right, so now let's add one from the next row. Okay, this one goes here. So we're gonna put it pretty side to pretty side, and we're gonna sew all the way down. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitch when you start and when you stop. Okay, dun dun dun. Whew. Hallelujah. All right, let's do this row right here. Looks good. Pretty side to pretty side. Straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitch when you start and when you stop. To help get a straight seam, if you will just follow the edge of your fabric in whatever your chosen guide is. I always follow mine along the edge of my presser foot because that's what I was taught. But you can buy these magnetic seam guides. You can put a piece of tape, a Sharpie mark. You can use the ruler that's on your needle plate, whatever you decide. But follow the edge of your fabric along your chosen seam guide, and that's gonna make your seam nice and straight throughout your quilting, well, throughout all of your projects. Whatever your seam allowance is, just make sure you mark it and guide your fabric along it. Easy peasy. Don't look at your needle. All right, bum, bum, bum. Oh, we've almost made it to the bottom, and so far, so good. Okay, now let's do this one. That looks like that's gonna line up great. All right, let's do one of these rows. Now, I did 8 rows, and in my mind, row 1 is gonna match up with row 8. Y'all just cross your fingers, because I've looked at it and looked at it and looked at it, and it looks like it's gonna work. But the true test will be when I sew it together. Pretty side to pretty side, straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam, back stitch when you start and when you stop. Okay, here's 7 rows. Here's number 8. Let's see if it's gonna work, y'all. Bum, 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 bum. Aha, looks like it's gonna work. Now sew this pretty side to pretty side, back stitch when you start and when you stop. Don't look at your needle. Follow the edge of your fabric with the edge of your presser foot, and you're gonna have a beautiful half hexagon quilt like me. Now, after I sew this one, I'm gonna iron it, and then we'll sew the next one. Okay, we've got 8 rows sewn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, the true test is if this row right here will match this row right here. Let's see if we got it right. Oh, I'm nervous, y'all. Because if this works, it's gonna be genius. If it doesn't work, I'm gonna have a hot mess. And just like me, some days I'm a genius, and some days I'm a hot mess. Dun, dun, dun. This one is the same as this one, which means that I should be able to repeat each row all the way throughout my quilt. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop on this one and put it to the side, and I'm gonna sew another section together so I can iron them in sections and then sew the sections together. It's easier for me than dealing with all that bulk the entire time. You're just dealing with it in 2 seams when you add the 3 sections together. We've talked about this before. This is my ironing situation. Heat resistant pad, wool mat, sheet iron, all from Walmart, all amazing. They're linked in my Walmart storefront that's linked in the caption of this video. If you look and they're sold out, there's lots of other great options. I've only linked the ones that I own. We've sewn our quilt in sections. Now we're gonna iron it. Don't yell at me for how I iron. I don't care how you iron. Iron any way you want to. As long as it's flat, that's all that matters. Y'all, this is so cute. I do not own a lot of quilts. My children, my husband, my family own way too many quilts. But I don't have a lot that are mine. I don't have a lot that are special for me personally. I have a lot that are special that belong to my children that I've made for them for different things, but not a lot that are special to me. I have one t-shirt quilt that I absolutely love, and my Tuesday ladies and I, a few years ago, sewed blocks, and I can't remember how many. But let's say we needed 40 blocks for a quilt. Everybody made 40 blocks, and then we traded blocks. Everybody got a few of everybody else's. So when we were finished, we had a piece of something that everybody had sewn in our friendship quilt. That was a whole lot of fun. But this quilt is mine, and it's super special to me because Missouri Star gave me this half hexagon template in my teacher bag. And y'all, I will never, ever, ever forget my first time at Missouri Star, ever. Y'all made it incredible. It was the most surreal experience of my life. Y'all cannot even imagine how honored I am by the idea that y'all watch me. And so because Missouri Star gave me this in my teacher's bag, I'm making a quilt out of it, and it's gonna be mine. So I chose colors that I love, and for whatever reason, I feel like hexagons and the 70s go good together, and this fabric reminds me of the 70s. So cute. One section ironed, now we're on to section number 2. So I'll be back in Missouri in September. My tickets are $25, and it's a theater event. It's not a class, but they're gonna let me tell my story and show y'all pictures of my family. And I have a huge surprise for y'all. Okay, I'm not pregnant, not that kind of surprise. A better one. It's a sewing related surprise that I can't wait to tell y'all. From the stage in Missouri. It's gonna be so much fun. And for those of y'all who can't make it, I'm gonna see if I can get my sweet husband to record me live. So I have some ladies from here that are going. And it's such an honor that people from my hometown would come and support me. And my husband can't come the whole time because he has a real job. Whatever. I mean, we're thankful. Just kidding about, but whatever. But he's flying in the day before my theater event and flying out that afternoon. So he'll just be there for one night, but he can't miss it. He said, Mama, I have to come. And I said, I would love for you to be there. And I need to know who all is coming. If you know that you're coming, I want you to tell me because I can't wait to meet you. We've ironed all 3 sections. Let's see if they fit together. Somebody's walking down the street singing right now. Sounds pretty good though. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do is take these 2 big pieces, pretty side to pretty side, straight stitch down the side. 1/4 inch seam, back stitch when you start and when you stop, and make sure your seams line up. It doesn't matter. Pinch it, pleat it, pull it, whatever you gotta do. Because if you have a little pleat right here, nobody's gonna notice it. If you get down to the end and you have this much of your quilt left, they're gonna notice it. Okay, we've sewn these 2 sections together. We're gonna sew our bottom section on. Pretty side to pretty side. Same thing, 1/4 inch seam, back stitch when you start and when you stop. And don't look at your needle. I don't think I showed y'all this, but I did it this way so I could show y'all. So whenever you finish laying your half hexagons out, they look like this. You have this weird jagged kind of situation. How do you fix that, right? Well, you can fix it one of 2 ways. You can fix it like this. I just cut one of my half hexagon pieces in half. Let me get one, I'll show you. Here's your half hexagon piece. It's what it looked like. It's what it looks like. You're just gonna fold it over like this. Take a pair of scissors and snip. Then you have 2 pieces. One of them would go here, like that, and this one would go here, like that, which would make it straight, and you would end up with an end that looks like this. That's straight-ish. Now, if you don't want to do that, then you can finish it just like this. Sew your pieces together, and it can be jagged on the ends, and then all you're going to do is take a rotary cutter, pair of scissors, whatever you've got, and chop it off. Now, this is what we're landed with. This is one jelly roll, and it's really not as big as I want it to be. So what I'm going to do is add a few borders along the sides. So we're going to decide what color we want. First, let's go measure our center and see how big it is. We're about 40 by 64. So we're going to add probably 3 borders. What colors do we like? I definitely like the dark pink. I like the blue. Man, I really like the yellow. There's a lot of orange, so I don't really know that I want to put more orange in it. Okay, y'all drop in the comments what colors I should use for my borders. And if you have opinions, and I know you do, tell me what width my border should be, because my go-to would be like a 2-inch border and then a 4-inch border, or 2-inch and then 4.5-inch is what I'm thinking. Ooh, I can't wait to see what y'all come up with. My name is Tammy. I'm your favorite sewing teacher, and I would love for you to come sew with me.